Hi everybody, I'm still doing some Christmas cards. I would say Christmas in July, but I believe these are going to be launched in August. So it is July for me, but for you guys it'll be August before you see these videos. So I'm sorry, these are pre-recorded. But to give you some ideas, we do need to jumpstart. Christmas is only, 4 months away, 5 months away. So we need to start making those handmade cards. So I do have two videos already made. This beautiful card, which we made a snowy scene. These stamps are sponsored by Blue Knight Rubber Stamps. And this one I did some pan pastels in the background. And then it's hard to tell, but this background paper is a wood grain paper. It's very sheer, almost a little thicker than vellum, but it's very pretty. And then we put some glitter on top of that. This one I also colored in pan pastels. And then the wood grain paper here, I colored in some shimmer markers so that the green and the wood grain ties in with the wreath. And then I just tied a little bit of red ribbon on this one. And then some more of that beautiful gold paper from LCI. So the gold and the wood grain paper are from LCI, and I will link those for you guys as well. So today I wanted to play with that tree stamp set. Again, this is the winter tree and the fence. And again with pan pastels, but I wanted to do an evening winter scene. So I have my pan pastels out. First thing we're going to do is stamp the image out. I have it on my Mini Misti. Don't forget to remove the foam piece when you're using red rubber stamps. And we are going to stamp this in VersaFine Clair. Using my handy dandy handle there. Makes it so much easier to hold these ink pads. And I'm using a piece of Neenah Solar White cut down to 5 by 3 3/4. Perfect size for this stamp. That is very good inking. So we're going to clean up our stamp. Very easy to do. And just stick it back on the panel here and we can put that away. I also have some sentiments here. This is from Come Let Us Adore Him. Again, also by Blue Knight Rubber Stamps. And I want to stamp... You know what? I think we'll hold off on stamping the sentiment until I am done with our background. So we are going to, I'm going to heat set that real quick. My heat tool. Okay. So pan pastels you can get from Blue Knight Rubber Stamps. There is a cool and a warm set. So the sunrise set is these bright reds and oranges and yellows, and then the other set is a cooler colors where it has like some blues and purples and so on. I have mine kind of mixed up in different trays. So I wanted to show you guys that. I have a little moon cut out here. I'm just going to put that in the top corner. That is just a circle cut out of Post-it tape. That's it. And then I have a variety of different sponges and tools to kind of mix these colors up. So let's get into making our scene. For the ground, I'm going to start with some pearlescent white. It has a little bit of shimmer to it. That's this one here. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but it's a very nice pearlescent white. I'm going to use one of these little softy tools here. And I'm just going to go into that pearlescent white, and I'm going to do my snowy hill here. And it's not going to look like much to you guys because on camera you really can't see that shimmer and bling, but believe me, it is there. And a little bit goes a long way. Okay, so I don't know if the camera will pick up some of that shimmer. All right. All right. Now I'm just going to take a little Q-tip. These have been coming in handy for me lately. And I'm going to dab into the chromium oxide green. And just very lightly, a small tip of that. I'm going to zoom you guys in a little closer here. Okay. Small tip of that. I'm just going to go and just the little tufts of grass that are kind of poking through the snow. Just a little bit of color on the grass. Okay, so just a tiny hint of color there. And then I'm going to use the other side of the Q-tip, and I'm going to go into the brown, which is the burnt sienna shade. Okay, and for that, I'm just going to lightly go along the fence here. Okay, so we have a little bit of green, a little bit of brown, and we have some shimmer in there from the pearlescent. Okay, and now we're going to get into the fun part, which is the sky. So I'm going to go to one of the little bigger sponges. And we want this to be a night sky. So I'm going to go into my blues. The blues that we have are phthalo blue, ultramarine blue, turquoise. So we're going to go into these different color blues. I may also pull in some violet and some black. So if you see me switch up the colors, it's because of that. I am going to start with the darkest blue that I have is a phthalo blue. So I'm just going to use this part of the sponge here. And basically at this point, I am focusing on the whole top of the card. So I'm just going to grab that blue. Put that in there. Now, if you want to get into more detail, there's some of these other detailed sponges that we can use. Get a little closer there. Okay, so that's pretty good with that. I'm going to grab my purple now, which is the violet. Which is this one here. Dab into some of that. Add some of that in here. And then finally, going to grab some of the black. And again, all of these colors are available with the Blue Night Rubber Stamps pastel kits. Now, if there's anywhere you think you have too much color, you can erase it out. If there's anywhere you don't have enough color, you can just layer some more back in. Okay, and then the last thing I like to do is take the colorless blender, which you can purchase separately from Blue Night Rubber Stamps. And all that does is melds all those colors together. So it's going to give us a seamless blend. It's not going to be so streaky. You can see now that sky has some blues, some purples, some black in there. And then we still have our snowy background. I'm going to pull a little bit of this color down just to give it so that it's not as stark white. Okay, now I'm going to pull my little mask off. We have our moon. Blend some of that. And then I'm going to go back in with some of the pearlescent shimmer and color my moon in. Now, some of my darker colors got blended in there. No big deal. I'm not going to worry. All I'm going to do is grab my little eraser and just erase that out of there. That's what I love about these pan pastels, is they're easy to blend. They go down very easily, they clean up very easily, and they're erasable. Now I can go back in with my pearlescent and color my moon back in. So we have this evening winter sky now. Now if you wanted to, you could go back in and just, you know, add pearlescent on that whole thing again, just to give it that winter snowy look. I lost a little bit of my green, so I'm going to go in and put some more of that green back in. That green just really gives it a nice contrasting pop. And it's just a tiny little smidgen of green. Okay, and at this point I want to stamp my sentiment. So easy to put these pan pastels away. They come with the lids. You just snap the lids on. Push those aside. I just throw all my little Q-tips and tools and erasers in this little basket. Move that aside. I am just going to take a quick wipe of my table here. Alright, so now we want to do the sentiment. I'm going to get the mini Misty out again. Now if I had left the stamp in here, we could restamp it, which would give it a nice black color, restamping it over the chalk image, the pan pastels, but I'm okay with it the way that it is. It's fine. So we have a number of different sentiments on here. I think I'm going to use a smaller one. May the birth of Christ bring you hope and peace. Oh, it might be a little too big. Okay, never mind. That one's not going to fit because my moon's in the way. I should have put my moon over here. We have peace, joy, and rejoice. I think we will use peace. Let's see here. Where do we want it? I guess we could do it on a different sentiment strip too. I'm just going to put it right there in the center. Eyeball it, looks pretty straight to me. Wondering if I should do all of them. Peace, joy, rejoice. There we go. I like that. One just looks lonely. One is the loneliest number. Okay, so move this one down. spacing's okay. Hope these are straight. Okay, let's try that again. I love this scripty font. That looks pretty good. I could have moved Rejoice up a little bit, but that's all right. We're going to do one more stamping. Make sure they're extra black. Okay. Now I'm going to take a quick spritz of this. So again, the way that I set mine is I have a little messy, grungy spray box here. Oops. Okay. And the spray that I use, you could use aerosol hairspray. I like this Krylon Shortcuts. And you want to do this in a ventilated area. And I just take a couple quick bursts. That will dry fairly quickly. I'm going to move it away from me. So then while that's drying, we can work on our card base. I have one already made up. And then look at all of this beautiful paper from LCI. Again, I will link that for you. I was checking out this wood grain because of it being outside. I think this would go good with tying in the fence as well. And the name of this is, I believe this is Wood Tindalo. Yeah, because the other one is gray, and that's wood stone. This is the thicker one, which is the wedding cream wood. So I think this is Wood Tindalo, which is a very light, perfect for background sheet, nice color brown. So I'm going to cut this down to 5 1/4 by 4. And as I said in the other ones, I actually colored the lighter color, the cream colored wood grain so that it would match my background. Okay, and we're just going to glue this down. This is the perfect weight for a background because I think when you use a heavy cardstock, it just gets too bulky and too thick. So this is perfect for matting this off. And gives in, like I said, ties in that wood grain with the fence and the little tree. Very nice texture to that. And this is almost dry. It's very, very quick to dry. And there we go. Another quick Christmas card using Pan Pastels, giving it an evening look, tying in that wood grain of the fence with the wood grain background. And you can see all the colors are blended there. We have blue, purple, black. We have the pearlescent in the snow. The fence is brown, the little tufts of green grass coming up, and a little bit of pearlescent in the moon there. Okay, guys. So again, sponsored by Blue Knight Rubber Stamps. The stamp sets that we used were the winter tree and fence scene. The sentiments were from Come Let Us Adore Him. Pan Pastels you can also pick up from Blue Knight Rubber Stamps. So all the colors that I used are available. And then the paper was the wood grain paper from LCI. So I will link everything for you guys down below. If you have any questions, post your comments down below. If you like this video, I appreciate your thumbs up. As always, thanks for watching and keep on stamping. Bye-bye.